Welcome to this series of operations management. Today in this series, we are taking up again a very interesting and very important topic called maintenance management. Now, when we talk about maintenance management, we talk about maintenance of factory workplaces. It could be any service place also. It could be a restaurant. It could be a housing society. It could be your generator room. It could be the kitchen of a restaurant. So maintenance is very essential. So how do we define maintenance? Maintenance is defined as the management, control, execution and quality assurance of activities which ensure the achievement of optimum availability and performance of a plant in order to meet business objectives. So therefore, if you want quality in your systems, if you want quality in your products, if you want quality in your processes, then maintenance is very essential part of your system. So with the help of maintenance, you ensure that you do not have any downtime, your machineries are always available for working, and in case there is some breakdown, some problem, then you can repair them. Ideally, today the concept says that you should not come to that situation where you have to face the breakdown in your machines. For example, let me take an analogy of your vehicle, the vehicle which you drive. Let's say it's a car or a two-wheeler. You have to maintain that. So there are various ways to maintain that vehicle. One of the ways to maintain is that when you keep on driving it, whenever there is a breakdown, then you go to the nearest repair shop and get it repaired. Is that the right kind of maintenance? So what are the repercussions of that? The vehicle may stop somewhere in the highway, or it may stop, it may conquer in the middle of a traffic. So you may have to face a lot of problems. Second way to maintain is that you go for the regular services, regular servicing of your vehicle as per the schedule given by the dealer or by the manufacturer. So that is second kind of maintenance. The third kind of maintenance is that you are always vigilant, that the moment you see some unusual sound from your engine of your car, you see some knocking sound, you find some smoke emanating, you immediately take corrective action on that. So these are the various ways of maintenance. So similarly, we can also assume that such kind of maintenance is there in a small scale industry, in a medium scale industry, or in a large scale industry. So therefore, what are the objectives of maintenance? First objective, as you can see on the slide, is number one, improve equipment effectiveness, achieve production effectiveness, plan maintenance schedules, to train all staff in maintenance skills, to achieve zero breakdown. So if you will not properly maintain your equipment, your machines, you will not get the full efficiency of your equipment or your machines. Just like it applies to any other equipment. It may be your vehicle, as I said earlier. It may be your household equipments, say a washing machine, a dishwasher, a microwave oven, a refrigerator, a TV set. So every equipment requires maintenance. So, and if you are producing some goods for commercial purpose, then definitely production efficiency is also very essential. So you have to plan the maintenance schedule. You have to train your staff, your people on maintenance skills. Ultimately, nowadays, the ultimate aim of industries are to achieve zero breakdown, so that there is no breakdown in between. Even if you apply these concepts to your household equipments, you will not have any breakdown, say in your air conditioner or in your washing machines and so on. Now let us see from this slide how this concept of maintenance has evolved over a period of time. We say that the first generation maintenance was in 1950s, where the concept was fix it when it broke. So that is, do the repairs only when there is a breakdown. Then there was an era between 1950 to 1960s. So in this decade, it was a second generation concept which said that higher plant availability should be there, longer equipment life should be there, and lower costs of maintenance, lower costs of production should be there. Then the third generation era was from 70 onwards in the decade of 80s, 90s and 2000 onwards. So now the concept is higher plant reliability and availability should be there, greater safety should be there, safety of the workers, safety of the stakeholders, better quality products, quality service, longer equipment life and cost effectiveness of course should be there. So you have seen how this maintenance has evolved over a period of time. So various types of maintenance. Number first is, as I gave you the example with the analogy of the vehicle, first type of maintenance is breakdown maintenance or corrective maintenance. So it implies that repairs are made after failure of machine or equipment. Breakdowns and malfunctions typically occur when equipment is in use. Sometimes, yes, in certain equipments, for example, corrective or breakdown maintenance could be the right way. For example, your air conditioner requires regular maintenance, regular servicing. Your vehicles require regular servicing. However, there are like television sets. Usually, in television sets, there is no concept of getting it serviced on a regular intervals. Usually, in the case of TV sets, we call the repairer only when there is some problem in the TV sets. So either it is not functioning, or the colors are not proper, or there is some problem in the sound, in the speaker, or whatever. So there are certain equipments in which even corrective or breakdown maintenance is resorted to because regular servicing is not required. So in breakdown maintenance or repairs, repair activities are reactive. Standby machines and parts can speed repairs. So it's also known as corrective maintenance, or so either we call it breakdown maintenance or corrective maintenance. So basically there is a reactive attitude. It's not a proactive attitude. So you react only when there is a problem. And yes, of course, in industries where production is taking place, they should have some standby machines also. So in case one machine is not functioning, so second machine can be used to do the production. Or there are some spare parts should be available always, so that the repair time is the minimum time, so that the production does not come to a standstill for a long period of time. That is, there is no long downtime in the production setup. Now the second type of maintenance is scheduled maintenance or routine maintenance. It is a stitch-in-time procedure aimed to avoiding breakdowns. It is a periodic maintenance activity as per the schedule given by the manufacturer of the equipment. So as I had taken the analogy of a vehicle, you have a two-wheeler or you have a car. So it's in the first year when you purchase a new vehicle, there are timelines given that after so many months you have to get it serviced, you have to get the engine oil changed and so on. After 1 year, it's the dealer from whom you have bought the vehicle. They will give you that after so many kilometers or so much of period. So either they will say after say 6 months or after say 10,000 kilometers or after 1 year or 10,000 kilometers, whichever is earlier. So similarly, for each and every machine, equipment, there is a schedule given by the manufacturer. So according to that schedule, if you are servicing your machine, you are lubricating the machine, you are cleaning the machines, so that is known as scheduled maintenance or routine maintenance. Or otherwise, the company, the organization, the manufacturer can decide their own schedule for different types of machines. So different machines may have got different schedules. Some machines require periodic maintenance every 6 months. Some machines require every 1 year. Some machines may require after every 15 days. So it depends on machine to machine, equipment to equipment. Now, what is the objective of scheduled maintenance? Scheduled maintenance is done at fixed intervals, ensuring that the equipment or item is operating reliably at reduced cost and reduced downtime. So ultimately the aim is that the machine should be running smoothly, the machine should run at its full efficiency, and unnecessarily you should not spend more when the machine breakdowns. So ultimately the breakdown situation should not arise as far as possible, and because if the machine is down for repairs, then the production will also be hampered. So that is called as downtime. So downtime should be reduced to the minimum possible. Now the third type of maintenance is preventive maintenance. It is carried out before the failure arises or prior to the equipment actually breakdowns. For example, overhauling and periodic upkeep. So preventive maintenance is one step ahead of scheduled maintenance. So as I gave the example of a vehicle at the very outset, you are not just dependent on the scheduled maintenance part. You are trying to see that you are trying to see the behavior of the machine also, and try to see whether if the temperature you find of a particular equipment is getting above its threshold level, then you take some corrective action. You either lubricate it or see whether the bearings are worn out or whether bushes have to be changed, so on. Similarly, if you see some unusual sound, some unusual vibration coming from a particular equipment, you take action on it. So you are not just dependent. For example, a machine requires a scheduled maintenance after every 3 months. So you will not wait until 3 months. In between also, you will make a log records. In certain industries which are adopting this preventive maintenance, so they maintain a log sheets, log registers, wherein the operator is supposed to record all the necessary parameters of that particular equipment. It may be a temperature, it may be pressure, it may be the vibrations, it may be the sound levels, the acoustic levels, and so on. And based on that, they then decide that some kind of maintenance activity has to be taken for this machine. So that process is known as preventive maintenance. So preventive maintenance, we can say it is a regularly scheduled inspections are performed. Preventive maintenance activities are performed before the equipment fails, and preventive maintenance or PM is usually performed during ideal periods. Now there is a fourth type of maintenance which we will be talking about, which is known as predictive maintenance. Now predictive maintenance is still one step ahead of preventive maintenance. Now what happens in preventive maintenance, sometimes you have to see, say with the hand, oh, it's getting heated. You have to understand the vibrations or certain pressures, etc. But in predictive maintenance, you predict the behavior of the machine after some point of time, in the future point of time, with the help of sensors. So let us see the definition from the slide. It says that predictive maintenance, PDM, is a proactive maintenance technique that uses real-time asset data, which is collected through sensors or historical performance data and advanced analytics to forecast when asset failure will occur. Equipment condition is evaluated periodically and maintenance carried out. In medical science, you must have heard the term called diagnosis. Diagnosis is that you are taking the actual readings, say ECG of a person or other blood reports of a person. That is, so you are trying to diagnose, what kind of illness this person is having. There is another concept called prognosis. Prognosis means today the data may not be telling, what is the condition today, but prognosis means what kind of disease can develop after some point of time. So in a sense, predictive maintenance is just like a prognosis. Today the equipment is showing some normal behavior, but you are trying to predict that in the coming period there could be some problem in the machine. Let me take another analogy. Suppose you want to take your car to a very, very long distance. You want to travel, say, 700 kilometers at a stretch, and then you are also taking it to the hill station. So currently your vehicle may be running very fine in the plains areas, but since you are taking the vehicle to such a geographical situation where there is a topsy-turvy road and there is a high altitude, so you can't take chances. So you want to take to an expert to predict that whether the vehicle will be able to withstand such kind of geographical terrain or not. So predictive maintenance is like that. And instead of the human evaluation, because in human evaluations there could be some human errors which may take place, and so therefore you make use of sensors, which is making use of the latest technology called artificial intelligence also many times, cloud computing also. So that is called predictive maintenance. So we have talked about 4 types of maintenance activities. So one is the corrective maintenance or breakdown maintenance. The second type was scheduled or routine maintenance. The third type we have studied is preventive maintenance, and the fourth type we have studied is predictive maintenance. Now, more popularly in common industries like MSME, micro industries, small scale industries, medium scale industries, and overall industries, preventive maintenance and breakdown maintenance are mostly resorted to. And we have tried to draw a relationship between these two. So, for example, I will show you this graph. In this graph, you are saying on the x-axis we are showing degree of preventive maintenance from low to high, and on the y-axis we are showing you the annual cost in terms of rupees. First of all, there is a straight line which is going upwards, which is showing you the preventive maintenance cost. So which is increasing. So preventive maintenance cost is increasing. As the degree of preventive maintenance increases, the cost of preventive maintenance also increases. On the other hand, at the same time, there is another blue curve which is coming downwards. From the y-axis, it is coming downwards, which is showing you the breakdown and repair cost. So what it shows? It shows that as you increase the degree of preventive maintenance, your probability of breakdown reduces, so your breakdown and repair cost decreases. So when you do more preventive maintenance, for example, for your vehicle or any equipment, then the chances of failure, the chances of breakdown, the chances of repairs are minimum. So although your preventive costs are increasing, but your breakdown costs are decreasing. So the total cost denoted by a red color is the total cost. So the total cost curve is like that, and the minimum point is shown by the vertical perpendicular line, which is a dotted line. So which is the minimum total maintenance cost. So what did we infer from this graph? So we inferred that as the preventive maintenance is increased, the breakdown is reduced, so overall the total costs also get reduced. So that is a trade-off between the corrective maintenance and preventive maintenance. So basically, so what we can say is that at minimum level of preventive maintenance, it is just a remedial policy. When the preventive maintenance is minimum, then breakdown level will be there. So in that case, you will have to fix machines only when there is a breakdown, and the cost of breakdowns, interruptions to production and repairs also will be high. Whereas when you increase the preventive maintenance, breakdown and repair cost is reduced. So, and at some point the total maintenance cost reaches a minimum point. So once again I will show you this diagram so that once again you can see through this graph that there is a curve of breakdown maintenance or corrective maintenance which is going down. There is another curve of preventive maintenance which is going up, and the total cost curve is there on the top. And if you draw a perpendicular line, so it is this perpendicular line will touch that point where these two curves of preventive maintenance and corrective maintenance intersect with each other. Or in other words, sometimes it is also said that minimum cost is achieved when preventive costs is equal to the breakdown cost. So it is just like the EOQ model. So that is also known as a trade-off between CM and PM, corrective maintenance and preventive maintenance. Okay, so now why maintenance is necessary in industries? Because if there is no maintenance, it will result in big losses, as you can see from the slide. So number one, breakdowns. If breakdowns happens, it will result in long interruptions, costly repairs. Number two, setup and changeover. It will take longer time than needed. Idling time and stoppages, it's hard to quantify but add to big losses. Reduced speed, it results in equipment cycle time reduces. If defects and reworks are there, then quality losses and unhappy customer. So broadly what we are saying is that if there are breakdowns, it will result in costly repairs, because if you don't service your equipments regularly, if you don't do scheduled maintenance also, then all of a sudden a very costly part can be broken, a costly part can be damaged, so it may be very, very costly for you. And then there will be, of course, interruption in your production. Then what are the other causes of big losses? Many times it takes a lot of time to set up a job on the machine or change over from one design to another design, change over from one kind of product to another kind of product. So that is also cause of big loss, because when there is a repair, machine goes for the repair, so again you have to set up your products, and many times there is idle time, the machine is running but no product is being manufactured on that machine, and many times the machines do not run to its normal speed, so they run at a reduced speed. So that is also a loss. And if you produce defective parts, then again there is a quality loss and it will result in unhappy customers. So again let us show you this slide. So whatever we have spoken, you can see from this slide that there is a breakdown equipment and there are losses. So you can see how available time was there, shown by a sky blue color, but because there were some losses due to setup losses, due to breakdowns, so available operating time has reduced. Now you see some portion has been lost by this red color. Again the speed was slow and there are other things, so now your actual operating time has further reduced. and then again there are certain other problems, some defective products have been produced, now your effective operating time has further reduced. So how you see, that available time has been reduced to the effective operating time which you get is very less. So maintenance can play a very important role in giving you a high effective operating time. So let us see what are the benefits of maintenance. Number one, benefits of maintenance are increased productivity, equipment reliability, reduced downtime, increased plant capacity, low production maintenance costs, teamwork between production and maintenance people, improved safety and profit. So therefore, maintenance has assumed a very important role in today's industries. We will be talking further about the advanced form of maintenance in the next session, and but needless to say, maintenance has been now intertwined with the quality management in the organizations. So we will be talking about how maintenance can result in high quality of processes and products. Thank you so much.